Hey guys, this is Jason here. Just wanted to make this quick video for you guys to kind of explain what Fabi and I do with our internet marketing and how valuable it is, because I really want to make sure you guys understand this, because it's extremely valuable and it's much better than any other kind of advertising or marketing you guys can do. So let's kind of go through this. I'm going to go through it real quick. So this is the internet marketing overview and how you guys can get 10 times more leads at half the cost. So basically, why internet marketing? Well, the number one reason for internet marketing is it is by far the most effective marketing today, and this is hands down. Nothing else can even compare. If you look at this graph here, you'll see that pay-per-click advertising and organic search engine optimization, as well as email marketing, just outperform the effectiveness of any other marketing that you can do. All your traditional marketing, like television ads, newspaper ads, and things like that. Yellow pages, those are extremely ineffective in today's market. In fact, some things like radio advertising and yellow pages, they're the least effective marketing out there. So they generally only have a 1% effective rate, and they have the highest cost associated with them as well. Anything we do online actually has the lowest monthly cost in comparison. It's a lot less compared to the traditional methods like radio. Now, the number two reason is that it's the lowest cost to actually reach people in the market. On traditional methods like direct mail or like magazine or newspaper, your cost is actually really high to reach per 1,000 people, and this is just to get your message out to tell people that you sell countertops. Cost for radio and stuff is normally $140 per 1,000, so it's very, very high. Television is normally $30 per 1,000, and you compare that over to anything online, and the numbers are just not even in comparison. Online search is generally less than $2 per 1,000, and that actually goes down over time, and that can get as low as just a few cents per 1,000 people that you're actually viewing. So it's just a lot cheaper to reach more people. The third reason is that it's the lowest cost per lead. Everything about marketing is about return on investment. So how much money are you spending and how much money are you getting from that spend? Any traditional marketing like radio is one of the worst. Television, yellow pages, they all have a high monthly cost where you're spending a lot more per month, and the actual number of leads you're getting is relatively small. So when you divide out those number of leads that you get for your cost per lead is very high. With radio, its average is around $500 per lead. Television, it's around $350 per lead. Yellow pages, it's around $400 per lead. And you can just see all of these different methods here. These are all traditional things, things that we've done as well, that the cost per lead is just still pretty high. I mean, home shows is one of the better ones, but you're still averaging around $150 per lead. Now keep in mind that these are leads, these are not customers. These are the people who actually have shown an interest in either go to the website, make a phone call, or actually come down to the location, but it does not mean that they actually get sold on buying countertops. So the number four reason is it is the highest return on investment, and the return on investment grows over time. Initially, at the very beginning stages of doing this internet marketing work, and this is kind of where we're at now, we just started doing stuff on the website just in April, fixing the website, and then just this month we actually started doing more search engine optimization things and tweaks to it to generate more rankings. But as we go through time, after we get past the 3, 4, and 5 month time, everything that we do is going to pay off more. So your cost per lead just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. It may be around $10, in the beginning, and then as you go, it can get down into, 20 cents, 25 cents, cost per lead for search engine optimization, and even with pay-per-click, that can go down as well by improving our conversions. With traditional marketing, that's just not the case at all. Traditional marketing, and it's actually the opposite. Number one, your cost stays the same and you actually get less results. So you're still going to pay, $1,000 a month for a newspaper ad, but the number of people from those ads is actually going down. And the reason why is because everything with online is continuously going up. People are buying a lot more now from social media. They're buying from YouTube. They're buying from search engine optimizations. Those are how they're actually coming and finding people. Now, keep in mind with traditional, you may be driving traffic. So with a radio ad or with a newspaper ad, you may get people interested, but once they're interested in buying countertops, the most likely they're going to get on the internet and search Google and find granite countertops. And if you're not ranking number one, then you basically just generated traffic for a competitor, and they're going to be actually getting those. The same thing goes though if you're ranking higher than a competitor, every advertise they doing that's traditional, you're going to get benefits from that. So what's the potential with internet marketing? I did some keyword research for you guys, and this is what I do every single month for NewView. What basically I do is I go to Google AdWords and I go to other resources and it searches, and this is what Google actually tells me the number of searches are per month. And I did a radius of 25 miles from Franklin. So keep in mind there's probably over a million people or more that live within 25-mile radius of actually Franklin. But every single month, these are the number of people or the number of searches that are happening. So you can see just for granite countertops, there's 1,600 searches happening every month. The top 30 positions have right around 13,000 searches for just those top 30 keywords right there. The top 800, because a lot of people search for a lot of different kinds of words online. They may search granite countertops in kitchen. There's 10 searches per month. Well, all of those searches adding up is 32,500 searches per month. And these are real numbers from Google. This is how many people are searching online. Now keep in mind, this is way better than traditional marketing to get these kind of people, because with traditional marketing, you're advertising and you're telling people that you have something for sale, but they may not be interested in buying that at the moment. All of these searches here are people who are actually interested in buying something or finding out more information about it. That's why they're entering into Google granite countertops, because they're curious and they want to find out more information. All right, so how do you get some of that traffic out of all of those searches? Well, there are two different methods. The first method is called paid ads. This is Google AdWords or pay per click. And that's these section up here, these top 3 ads here, and also these ads on the side. Now, the official numbers from Google says that only 6% of traffic actually clicks on these positions in these ad spots. The other 94% of all of those searches are clicked through organic search. That's these positions down here. Now, the reason why this is so low, why there's only 6% clicking on every one of these ads here, is because these are paid ads, and everybody knows that these are paid ads. So when they go to Google and they search for something, they know that people are paying to be in this position, but it may not be exactly what they're looking for. This section here is the one that Google has actually determined that that website is the most relevant to return information based on what they're searching. So people will generally skip these things most of the time, and they'll look down here. Now, if they don't find anything down here, then a lot of people will come back up to these and click on these areas here. But just to give you an idea, in those top 30, the Google AdWords spots, which are the paid ones, there's 771 people just in that top 30 clicking on those ads every single month. And there's over 12,000 people who are clicking on the organic search every single month just in Google. And that's a lot of people who are looking for things related to granite countertops. All right, so how do you get some of that traffic? Well, everything is about getting to the #1 position in Google, because that has the most return, because the #1 position in Google gets 42% of all traffic. The top 5 positions, which are these top ones right here, they get almost 75% of all search volume goes to those top 5, and it's almost 90-something% of the front page is just where people actually click. Generally it's less than 10% of people go past the first page to find a website. So it's extremely important to be ranking in Google, because if you're not on that first page and you're not in those top spots, then you're not going to get as many people actually coming to your website because you're not ranking high enough. Now, this is also a big advantage with SEO compared to paid advertising, is that with paid advertising, those pay-per-clicks, your cost is going to stay the same. So if you have a budget of $1,000 a month, then every single month you're going to pay $1,000 and you're going to get roughly about the same amount of people coming to the actual website. Now with SEO, it's the opposite. The things that you do build up over time. So when you're down here in this low, page two and stuff, you're not getting very many clicks. As your website builds and we do more work for it and it gets higher in the rankings, then you can see that it just jumps. And when you get to that number one spot, you're getting a lot of traffic. So if you're in that number one spot for those top 30 keywords, you're going to be getting probably 5 to 6,000 visitors to the website every single month, and a lot of those will convert, and that's where we work on conversions to try to get those people to turn from traffic into leads. So how do we get rankings in Google? This is what basically Fabi and I do, and this is what we're experts at. It's called search engine optimization, or SEO, and internet marketing. Now there's a lot of aspects that go into this. This is just kind of a real brief view, but you have two different kinds. You have what's called on page, which this is stuff that we do on the website to increase the rankings. So we add more keywords, we optimize the title. There's a lot of little things that we have to do that's on there, and it's extremely complicated, and it's actually changing every single month by Google on how they change those things. Now the other thing we do is off page. These are things that affect the ranking that we do off of the website, such as social media, press releases, articles, social bookmarking, etc., etc. And there's a lot of things on this side that we do that all of those things together is what increases the actual rankings. So what is internet marketing? This is the biggest thing that I talk to a lot of local businesses about, and they don't understand. Internet marketing is not just about the website. It's actually extremely complicated, and there's a lot of pieces that go into it. The website is just one piece to what we do for our strategy. The whole internet marketing strategy is very complex. There's a lot of things that happen. The website has to be good, and it has to convert people. But if you don't have search engine optimization, if you don't have traffic building, if you don't have a lot of these things, then you're just not going to get as much traffic as what you possibly could. And each one of these areas, they expand. Like if you look for social media, there's a lot of aspects within just social media. And this is one of the fastest growing social media, as well as YouTube with videos. These are one of the fastest growing areas that people are building a lot of traffic. But there's a lot of aspects that has to happen and that we have to work on to be able to build traffic in those areas. So it's not as simple as saying, just have a Facebook page, because Facebook is just one out of, the top 30 or so different social medias out there, and all of them can bring in traffic. It does bring in the most traffic, but there's other methods that bring in traffic as well. Okay, so how to make it more effective? This is basically part of what we do. We're constantly improving the process. The first thing that we want to do is we want to increase the rankings to the number one position. That's our goal, is to try to get as many keywords ranked to number one as we can, because each one of those is going to bring in more traffic. The second thing that we're going to do is increase the click-through rate. That's actually getting people to click on that ad, because there's no guarantee that they're going to click on your link when they're searching. So we try to make it look as relevant as possible, and we actually write marketing and add information there to get them to click on it. And then the third thing is, once they do click on it and they actually go to your website, we want to get them to convert over to a lead. And this is a hard part, but this is also one of the most important parts. And this is what just recently what we added to the website with the lead capture system that we put in there. And that's a very complex system, but it's designed to get a lot more people to convert. So people actually come to the website, they look at it, and then they enter in their email address, and that way we can continue to market them. All of that is going to mean we're going to get a higher return on investment and more profit. Just to give you a kind of an idea, this is a real world example of a client who was basically doing pay-per-click advertising. In October of 2014, they had, this is AdWords, Google AdWords, and they had Bing ads. They were spending about $7,500 per month on their AdWords account. That $7,500, they were getting about 24 leads out of that $7,500. So that was a cost per lead of about $312, which is not very good. So what we did, we increased the conversion rates on the website. We did work and stuff for them to increase those click-through rates and everything. And then the very next month, they were still paying $7,500, but now they were getting 96 leads. So now their cost per lead went down to 79, and then the very next month in December, they increased their budget just a little bit because we added in a few extra methods, so it was 8,500. But now their leads went up to 184. Those are calls and form fills on their website. So their cost per lead was less than $50 per lead. And this is Google AdWords, which is the pay-per-click. With SEO, that'll be a lot less on that side. So you can see that just making those improvements makes a huge difference on your profit that you guys are going to make. So how do we do all that? Well, everything that we do is about increasing rankings and generating more leads. And I know I said it's very complicated, but basically we run reports so we can see what we're doing actually produces results. These are the reports that I sent you guys just recently at the beginning of this month, showing what we've done to the website, like how it's affected the rankings. So the ranking history here at the beginning of May, there was 35 number one positions for keywords that we are ranking for. At the beginning of June, that went up to 90. So that's over a 2.5 times increase in 1 month. With the number 2 to number 5 positions, we went from 37 to 74. And if you remember from that graph I showed you, being in those positions, you get a lot more traffic. Now, like I said, we are getting a lot more traffic, and this is we're increasing on these things, and this just happened because of what we did in the last couple weeks, that it just increased this much, and now we're working on converting those by increasing those click-through rates, and that's the big thing now, so we get more leads from those things. We added 70, or we went up 74 keywords. We added an additional 145 just in this last month. So what we did had a huge impact, and you can't really compare the amount of value that we added just by doing those kind of things, because we had massive jumps. This should translate to having a lot more leads, and we're going to continue to work on improving that and make sure that we get those that traffic convert to leads. All right, so here's the problem though with internet marketing, guys, is that increasing rankings is not easy. In fact, it's extremely difficult. And this is just some of the factors that are listed here for what actually changes your Google rankings. These constantly change, so we're constantly having to make updates on them and making sure that they're following what Google requires for coding. They're extremely hard to do, they're time consuming, and the biggest thing is that they're extremely dangerous. I want to make sure you guys understand that we always try to make sure that we're doing all of these things in according to what Google requires, because if you do the wrong thing, then you'll get a penalty by Google, and you'll literally lose all of your results just overnight, where the website will just go down in rankings just in one day. So you definitely want to make sure you're following Google rules, and this is why it's so complicated, because there's so much to learn and so much to constantly be improving on the site and everything. But the value, the return on this is incredibly high. All right, so it's obvious that internet marketing is much better than traditional marketing. Just to kind of recap, traditional marketing like radio, newspaper, those kind of things, they have a much higher cost. They're very ineffective. They're less effective. They have a higher cost per lead, and they're getting less effective as time goes on. Now with internet marketing, it has a lower cost. It's much, much more effective. It has a less cost per lead, and it's just getting more effective over time. So what are your options, guys, for internet marketing? Well, your options for internet marketing are you can either do it yourself, which I don't recommend, because number one is you need to learn a highly skilled trade. This is a very high skilled trade, kind of like an engineer or a doctor or something like that, where there's a lot of aspects that go into it. It's not something that anybody can just pick up, just by reading a few things online. It's very time consuming, and you have to buy monthly subscriptions to software tools and tracking programs that actually help you to be able to get your rankings higher and with the process. Generally, that's between on the low of around $300 to $500, and on the high, generally around $2,000 per month. Fabi and I, we actually spend around $2,000 per month just in programs and software to help us to be able to increase all of those factors, but we divide that cost over our clients, so it's not as high. So minimum cost if you did it yourself was going to be around $500, but you're going to spend a ton of time doing it. Now the second way is to hire an employee. That's somebody who actually is going to be in your shop, working on those aspects all the time. Now again, this is still the exact same problem, is it's a highly skilled trade. This is not something that a typical web designer, somebody who's like, hey, I know how to do a web, make websites, this is not something that they can do by far. And a lot of web designers think that they understand search engine optimization and internet marketing, but the truth is that they don't. You can see by a lot of those things I showed you, it's very, very complicated. And they just don't know what they don't know. So they may think they know, but they really don't. So again, you'd have to learn, or they would have to learn, and they could get some results, but they're not going to get as high results. It's still very time consuming, and they still have the problem where they have to buy a lot of software. So your minimum cost to have have somebody in-house do it would be around $3,000 a month to hire an employee to do it. Now, the best option is to hire an expert to do it. It's by far the best value. They generally pay for, like us, would pay for the software, the tracking tools, and all the programs, so that's built into the cost. Like I said, we divide that up over our clients. You're free to do your business, so it's the easiest option for you because somebody else handles everything for you. But you do need to beware because you do get what you pay for. Cheap companies, there are some out there who do it, they'll offer cheap prices and stuff. They don't really produce any results and they just get cheap results, or they could have a problem of causing a penalty. And this is one of the big areas, like I said before, why you don't want to really do it yourself or hire an employee or hire a cheap company is because it's extremely dangerous, because if you do the wrong thing, you will get a penalty by Google and that'll literally destroy all of your efforts just in one day. So you definitely don't want to do that. The average cost for hiring an expert is generally around $1,500 per month to $3,000 per month. And this is extremely good value when you look at it, because if you hired an employee to do it, you're going to be around $3,000 per month. Here you're having a dedicated expert who knows what they're doing, working on all of those things, and covering those costs for the software and all of those kind of things in there. And with your return on investment, like I said, with newspaper, if you just did newspaper and YP.com and Yelp.com, your cost would easily be over $2,000 a month, and you're only going to get probably 1/10, or if not, maybe even less than that, of what the results you would get from internet marketing. And like I said, all of those other methods are actually dropping in effectiveness as well. All right, so why use Extreme Vision now? Well, obviously we're the easiest way to get more leads and higher profit. And the reason why I think that we're absolutely the best is that we're the most skilled and the most effective at doing this. Besides just being web design experts and internet marketing experts, I've got college degrees in marketing, in sales conversions, in direct marketing. So I'm an expert in all of those areas, as well as I've got experience working for 3 different Granite companies. So I would say I'm a Granite countertop marketing expert because I know this industry really well. So that's way better to hire someone like me to do this opposed to an outside company, because they're not going to know the market like I'm going to know the market. Now, by far, we're the best overall value. One of the reasons is because we basically do everything for you and we make it super easy for the process. We know your guys' company, we know what we're doing, so we can just make it really easy, and you don't have to think about too many of the things about how things are going to happen, because we're going to know on how we can do those kind of things to improve everything for your company. And we include more than any other company in the market. And this is just because we just do a lot more than what normal people would do, because they just want to charge a lot more for those things. So I'd say we're overall the best. Now, I do want to offer you guys a guarantee that we will get you guys results, because I want to make sure. I know internet marketing is kind of complicated to understand and everything, and we are doing some work on on the website and everything just over this last 2 months. And getting things going, but I can guarantee that you guys are going to get results within the next 2 months. By the end of the next 2 months, you by far will see a lot of traffic to your website and getting a lot more calls. And if for some reason you guys are not, then we'll continue to do the work for free at no cost until that does happen. And I can show you all the tracking numbers. That's why I'm sending over the reports, so you guys can actually see that what we're doing actually is producing a lot of results. And like I said, it's a time thing, that it just takes time for it to increase. Within the next 2 months, you guys will have a tremendous amount of results come in from this. All right, so how much would this cost for what we do? I just want to give you guys an idea to show you exactly what it costs for doing what we do. To hire a person like me, who is an SEO expert, to work full-time for the company, the average salary right now in America is $98,000 per year. That's around $8,200 a month. Like I said, this is a very highly skilled trade. This is not a web designer or just a marketer. This is a very specific trade, and there's so much money through Google to be made that everybody knows how valuable this is. That's why it's getting harder every day. There's more competition, and it requires more knowledge to be good at what you do. Now also, if you hired a similar SEO company, there are other companies that do kind of similar to what we do. They just don't offer as much. These are the actual costs. This is from Reach Local. This shows you exactly what they charge every single month. For tracking, they charge 150 bucks a month. For having a website that's mobile responsive and having lead capture like what we have, it's $300 a month. For search engine optimization just on the website, it's $900 a month. For adding web content and doing social media, it's $1,300 a month. For Google AdWords management, it's $750 a month. Facebook advertising is $500 a month. Retargeting, which we just set up for you guys this last month, that would be normally $500 a month. And doing display advertising through Google AdWords is normally $1,000 a month. So if you did just that standard package, and that's about half of what we actually do, it's around $5,400 per month just for that cost from there. So how much do we actually charge our clients? These are actual numbers of what we charge our clients and what we do for for other people. So our SEO program is the basic one, where we basically will do 5 SEO optimized service pages or location pages every month. That's doing the research on the keywords, creating the pages, adding all the content, adding the pictures, putting them online, optimizing them, and all those things. We do one weekly SEO blog post every week. We optimize the website continuously with new keywords and making sure that it's following Google's rules. We work on improving conversions. And then here's a big area that actually affects the rankings is we do backlinks. So these are local citations. We'll actually research competitor websites, find out what links they have, and put those links on your guys' website, and do search the industry for other links and those kind of things. These things have a massive impact on the rankings, but it's also very time consuming. You just can't see all of these things happening because they happen online at other places. And then we do tracking and improving. This package here that we offer, this is our lowest package that we offer clients, which is $1,250 a month, which is just a phenomenal price. This is very cheap when you compare it over to what you're getting, because you could spend $1,250 a month for a newspaper ad and only get a few people actually coming into the store. This over time is going to rank and bring in literally hundreds of people. Now this is our second package, which is SEO plus social media. We basically do twice as much of all of the SEO options with the pages and the backlinks and the blogs, but then we also add in our social media, where we're building Facebook pages, YouTube pages, or I'm sorry, Facebook pages, LinkedIn pages, Twitter pages, all of those kind of things, and we're SEO optimizing them and putting posts on them daily. And then we also do a reputation management where we track and monitor all the reviews from the company, and we try to get more positive reviews because those affect rankings as well. This thing here with this extra work that we do, we charge $1,750. Our competitors charge around $3,500, and they don't do as much of those things as we do. And then on the final package is our complete online marketing package, where we do a lot more service and location pages. We do a lot more, or we do 3 times the blog pages. We do a lot more backlinks, but then we add in an advanced social media where we do a lot more stuff on social media. So like on Facebook, we're going to be adding more lead captures, would be running contests, and would be doing all of these posts 2 times a day for you every single day, Monday through Friday. Basically, we run all of these posts every single month. And that's generating a lot of people to social media, which generates traffic, and they also get likes to the website, which is going to increase the search engine optimization. We do the reputation management. We also manage the Google AdWords. This is where other companies would charge like $750 for that, $500 for this, $500 for this. We do all of that included with this package. Here's one of the newest things, and this is one of the hottest, newest things on the market, is doing video creation and posting on YouTube. So there's a very specific strategy that is done for this, where we create videos and we optimize the keywords so we generate more traffic for this. And we're going to be starting to do this for NewView because this has an incredibly high return on the value for what we do in that. And then we also post things online. So like I said, doing all of these things, if you would buy it from a competitor, it would be $5,400, but that only includes about half of that. They don't include video creation, and they don't include all of this stuff, the social media and the backlinks and those things like that. So we just add a lot more value. Our cost that we charge clients for this one is $24.50. Like I said, this is an incredible value because you'd be spending over that trying to have somebody who you hire to do that kind of work. And we're experts and we're covering the cost of all of those softwares, and we know how to do all of these things in an expert way. All of our packages, when we offer them to new clients, we do include a new website that we don't charge for. So we do all the website building and all that stuff we don't charge. So how much do we actually charge NewView? Well, we're doing something special for you guys because what we're going to do is we're doing the complete package, and we're not going to charge the $24.50 that we normally would charge our other clients for. We're only going to charge $12.50 a month, and the reason why is because we really want to build your guys' website up. We're going to start doing a lot more marketing to more Granite companies and try to get more companies on, and we like to use your guys' website and your results as a comparison so we can show them how much we've done for your company. So we want to do all of these things that we'd normally charge a lot more for, and other companies do charge a lot more for, just for that $1,250 a month. And we can do that instead of doing the hourly, because our hourly to do those do all of these things would be a lot more to do it hourly. But we want to kind of make an investment in you guys to be able to help your website increase and your marketing increase. And then hopefully that's going to return is that we're going to get some referrals from you guys, and we'll be able to show other people how all of the things that we've done for your company, what we can do for them, and specifically for Granite, because we're going to try to target just Granite companies from now on. So that's a really good price. Like I said, comparing that over to any other advertising, any other marketing you're going to do, that is very, very cheap because the results on this are incredibly high. So far, we've been working on the last couple months just getting the website fixed, adding in a few pages, adding new backlinks. You can see just this last month, within the last few weeks, we increased the rankings tremendously. Within the next 2 months, if you guys want us to keep doing this, we're going to be adding a lot of videos on YouTube. We're going to be doing a lot more on social media, which is going to increase your traffic and also increase your your SEO, because Google, when they see a lot of social media for a company, it makes them think that the company's really big and really well liked, so they increase their rankings. But we'll run all of these things and do all of these things for that price. So let me know, guys, if you guys have any questions over anything. I know this is kind of complicated and it's something that you guys probably don't know a lot about, but that's why I wanted to make this video to kind of explain everything that we do. Let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to, we'll ask. You can call Fabi if you want today, or anytime, and we can kind of talk things through. But all right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.